Good morning, this is your Stat Sensei, Mr. Spensei, and this is uh, multiple choice on bias, and this is going to be problems 11 through 20, broke it into two videos. So if you want 1 through 10, you have to go to the video above. Just didn't want the video to be too long. So in a study of student performance, a researcher divides students into freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and then randomly selects 20 from each group. What type of sampling? Hey, you know what? We have freshmen, F, 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 F. Freshmen get Fs. We have SO for sophomores, J, J, J for juniors, S, 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 S for seniors. So everyone in this group is a freshman. That does not look like the population. Everyone in the group is a sophomore. That does not look like the population because it doesn't have any freshmen and juniors. This group, everyone in this group are juniors. It doesn't look like the population because it doesn't have freshmen and sophomores and or seniors. And this one, everyone in the group is seniors. It doesn't look like the population because it doesn't have freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. So we broke them into groups based on a single characteristic, and then we randomly selected from each group. And when we do that, when we break it into groups that are homogeneous or stratified based on a common characteristic, broken on a common characteristic, this is a stratified sample. Once again, groups, then random selection within the group. Groups and random selection within the group. All right, next one. A researcher divides a forest into 10 plots. She randomly selects 3 plots. And by the way, you know what? I'll show you what I meant by this real quickly. Those are my strata. Everyone's an A, everyone's a B, everyone's a C. A cluster, each cluster should look like the population. And what that means is each cluster has some A, B, has A, Bs, and Cs in that group. If my population is a population A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. A researcher divides a forest into 10 plots. Then she randomly selects 3 plots and observes every tree. All right. So first off, let's go back to this. That right there, everyone's in there, that's stratified, we'd randomly select. A cluster, we have some of each. So we randomly select the group. Survey all. So if it's a group and survey all, and this says every, that tells me it is a cluster. So this is a cluster because I randomly selected, I selected this group by randomization and I surveyed A, B, and C. So I got everybody in there, every type in that group. All right, moving on to number 13. To study the nesting habits of different bird species, a researcher divides the bird population by species and randomly selects from each group. All right. So once again, I don't know why this watch keeps beeping and I don't know how to stop it from beeping. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm doing. New watch, not smart enough to use it. To study the nesting habits, so we broke them into groups by species. So we have the A species bird, the B species bird, and the C species bird. So these are my species. And I randomly select from each group. Oh, I randomly selected this bird from this group, this bird from this group, and this bird from this group. This is stratified. So groups, and then randomly select within the group is stratified. Cluster, my groups are set like this. All right. In which case, each group, each cluster or group would have one of each type of bird or have some of each different species. All right. A researcher uses a computer to randomly select 50 names from a list of 500. What type of sampling method is it? No groups, Well, if there's no groups, that means it can't be cluster and it can't be stratified. No nth, can't be systematic. That only leaves convenience and simple random sample. It says random, so it can't be convenient. All right. So in this case, the answer choice to number 14, this is incorrect, is B, simple random sample. So the answer choice to number 14 is B, simple random sample. If it were to be systematic, it'd have to be every nth, every now and then we get in a hurry, and as a teacher, we highlight the wrong answer, but this is B. All right, number 15. In medical study, every eighth patient submitted to the hospital is included in the researchers. What is this an example of? All right, I see I don't see groups. It's not groups. It can't be cluster. It can't be uh, stratified. And I do see nth. Remember, if it's nth, it's systematic. So this will be a systematic. All right, number 16. From a list of 1,000 students, a researcher uses a random number generator to select 100. All right, so did we use groups? No groups, can't be clustered, can't be stratified. I don't see nths, so no groups. That eliminates cluster and stratified. No nth, that eliminates systematic. So now we're to convenience and simple random, but it's random, so it can't be convenience. It must be simple random. All right, moving on to number 17. Which of the following statement about a census is false? Well, first off, a census is a survey of the entire population, so everything in the population. All right. It collects the data from every member of the population. That's true, and we're looking for false. It provides comprehensive data without sampling error. Sampling error is sampling variation. Yeah, there won't be any variation because you surveyed everybody. All right, that's what sampling error means is your survey and my survey may be different, but if we're doing a census and you do it and I do it, we both survey everybody. There is no variation. Sampling error is tricky because we go error is a mistake. Could it be have mistakes? Yes. But sampling variation means that one sample varies from the other sample if it's conducted properly. There is no sampling variation. So sampling error and sampling variation mean the same thing. It is always most a cost-effective method. No, it's very expensive. Not only that, can it be very expensive, it's oftentimes very inaccurate. We have found that the U.S. Census that they spend lots and lots of money on is not very accurate sometimes. It can be very time consuming and expensive. That's true. Can you imagine surveying everybody at Reagan? And that's not nearly as big as San Antonio, which is not nearly as big as the state of Texas, which is not big as the state of U.S. or the United States, and not as big as the North American continent, not as big as the world. All right, so very time consuming and expensive. It's often impractical for large populations. That's also true, which is what we just said. What is the key advantage of using a stratified sample? The key advantage of using a stratified sample is we are assured of getting some from every single group. If our groups are freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, if I do a stratified sample, I'm guaranteed to have some freshmen, some sophomores, some juniors, and some seniors because it looks like this. We're broken into strata like this, SO, 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 junior, 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 senior, senior, senior. So these are my groups. And I'm going to go to each group and I'm going to randomly select within the group. So I'm guaranteed to have some of each. Right? Moving on. Well, this is longer than I thought. So number 19. In a school of 5,000 students, a researcher uses a computer to randomly select 500 students for a survey. This method is known as, well, first off, it does not mention groups, so that gets rid of cluster. That also gets rid of stratified. It doesn't mention every nth, so that eliminates systematic. And so that leaves us with, is it a convenient sample or a simple random sample? Because randomness is used, this is a case of a simple random sample, and that eliminates the convenience. All right, remember stratified, we have to have a group. Cluster, we have to have a group. And systematic is an nth. And simple random, it has randomness. This one has no randomness, and it said the word random. A town is divided, number 20, a town is divided into 20 sectors. 3 sectors are chosen at random and surveys conducted with all residents in the sectors. So here we have all. So 12 groups. Okay, if we have groups, that means we're looking at stratified or cluster. But when we survey all, surveying all is a cluster. All right. Because remember, stratified are groups like this, and we randomly select one in each one or some in each one. Cluster, we randomly select a group, and then I survey each one in the group. So group, as soon as it says group, it's like, okay, I know it's either going to be stratified or cluster, but then it says all, that eliminates stratified, and I'm down to cluster sample. Number 21, a school district is divided into 10 schools. A researcher randomly selects 3 schools. Okay, so we randomly selected and surveys every. Okay, so we have groups. Matter of fact, we have 10 groups. As soon as we say groups, it's like, okay, I know it's either going to be stratified or cluster, but this is survey all, so groups and all makes this a cluster. Number 22, a researcher divides a population into males and females, then randomly selects an equal number from each group. So we have groups, all right? And in this group, we have the male group and the female group. I randomly select from each group. So I randomly select from this group and I randomly select from that group. So because I have groups, we know it's either going to be stratified or cluster. I did not survey all, so it can't be a cluster. I surveyed from each group. That makes it a stratified. Number 23, a researcher selects every 15th customer entering a store to participate in a survey. What type of method is this? Well, we're looking at every nth. If we're doing every nth, by the way, there's no groups. If there's no groups, that gets rid of cluster, that gets rid of stratified. It's nth, every nth is systematic. Finally, number 24, from a list of 1,000 plants in a botanical garden, a researcher uses a random number generator to select 100 plants for observation. So I see the word random. That means it can't be a convenience. All right. No groups. No groups, that eliminates stratified and that eliminates cluster. No nth, that eliminates systematic. So this is a simple random sample. So our answer to number 24 is C. All right, I hope that helps. Hope that helps with the understanding of the different types of sampling, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.